Monday Night Football, live or not live, as you like to say. See if we are now back in action. I'm not sure what's going on now. It's like this screen has just like gone totally blank on me. I think I'm live now. Yeah, I am live now. Thank fuck for that. That was an absolute fucking effort. That. Apologies for that, guys. I'm not a clue what happened the second time there. If you're watching this like after we've gone live, etc., etc., basically, I've completely fucked it up there. Joe isn't available. We've been half term. Conor's not very well, so you've got the third choice reserve in place here for Monday Night Football. So, and he's completely fucked it up basically. He's back from the dead, whatever you want to say. Quick fag break, gone for a shit. He's back anyway. I think Claudio said he might be able to merge the two streams, but basically, just in case we haven't been able to merge the two streams, what I've discussed so far, before we went off live, just going to check we are all in place. Charge Spygate. It's a £200,000 fine, no points deduction, and no further action unless we do anything else with in terms of spying and that lot. Basically, new legislation has come in place now that no team can spy another team or watch another team's training session, whichever way you want to see it and that lot, until 72 hours before the game. In fact, yeah, okay, we're okay there. But yeah, until 72 hours before the game. So Claudio's winding me up now. I'm getting WhatsApp messages from Claudio saying, shit, I think it's gone again. Klaus, you just play with me now, mate. Just manage to fucking chat, but you're just winding me up. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so that's what we know. We know it's a £200,000 fine, no points deduction, new legislation's come in place. And I think, if I'm being honest, that is probably the best case scenario. You know, I think the best case scenario would be no fine and just a new legislation, but I think the solution was best. But yeah, I think that's worked out best. But yeah, that's my opinion on that anyway. A couple of comments about the Bolton game coming up. How I think the key thing is now just focusing on our own job. That's what we were saying before. We can't affect what other teams do. We know roughly it's going to be about 85, 90 points that we're going to need to achieve automatic promotion. We get to 80 points around the end of April, start of May. We've got a chance. You know, as long as we're in and contending, you know, we're in the right chance. And I think something else I think I realised this weekend is that the main thing has to be keeping Bielsa. You know, no matter what happens this season, whether it's Premier League football, Championship football again, keeping Bielsa, this team can continue to rebuild, just continue to get better. That's my feeling. I don't think this is the case of this season's going to be the peak. I certainly hope not. I think we can just get better and better and better, whether it's in this league or the Premier League. That's just my opinion on things. As long as we keep Bielsa, keep certain aspects of the team together, that's the key thing too. That's my opinion on that as well. But I think the next thing to cover that I want to cover on my list as such was Kemar Roofe, the news on Kemar Roofe. Again, it's not good. You know, it's looking like possibly Kemar Roofe's going to be out for the season. The exact thing the club has said is that Kemar Roofe will face a period on the sidelines following confirmation that he damaged his knee ligaments during the win over Swansea. So knee ligaments, it's a worry. That's a worry. You know, I think there's been a few things saying that I hope he's back before the end of the season. I think Phil Hay said that. That's a real worry for me. You know, I think of course Patrick Bamford is definitely a top alternative. Or some people say Patrick Bamford is above Kemar Roofe. You know, I'm a bit in the middle. I think certain games suit Patrick Bamford more. Certain games suit Kemar Roofe more, but I think Kemar Roofe, the key thing you get with Kemar Roofe is he can play in different attacking positions. He's been playing in that 10 role quite a lot. You know, the last 2 or 3 games he's played in that 10 role, and now the cough's come back as well. It's all going wrong, this, isn't it, so far? But yeah, that's a worry for me. You know, who comes into that 10 role? Of course, Izzy Brown. It's a logical choice, but is Izzy Brown fully fit? We've got 3 games coming up in 6 days. That's a worry for me. You know, is Izzy Brown fully fit? You know, is he going to be able to play 3 games in 6 days? I don't think so. I've been honest. I've been totally honest with you. I don't think he's going to be able to play 3 games in 6 days. I don't even know if he's ready to start. Never mind play, you know, that much football in a short space of time. And you think who can come in to replace him? You know, Tyler Roberts. Okay, Tyler Roberts has done well when he's come in, but yeah, that's a concern to me. You know, let us know, guys, what you think on that. You know, about you know, Kemar Roofe's injury. How much is that going to affect us? Damar Facey, fucking gutted about Roofe's injury. Him and Bamford have just been starting to link up well. I have to agree with that. I think Certainly, Bamford you look at has been a really good combination player. I think he needs goal scorers running off him. That's just my opinion on that. I think he needs the. I've just seen something there saying Chelsea 2, Man United 2. Is that actually? No, it's not. It's still 2-0 Man United. But yeah, that's the worry for me. I think Patrick Bamford needs goal scorers running off him. He needs to be at his absolute best. And that's, you're looking at it now, you're thinking, who in that team is going to be guaranteed goals other than Patrick Bamford? You know, Pablo, okay, he's had a good goal scoring season, but he's going to maintain that same sort of amount of goals. Matthias Click, again, is realistically going to maintain that same amount of goals? That's a concern to me. Have we got enough goal scorers in this team to spread the goals out, which is what we're going to have to do now if we want to achieve automatic promotion? That's just my opinion. I've just seen a quick comment off Oscar Peel. Name your best team possible for Leeds. I'm assuming this is without injuries. I'm going to assume this is without injuries with Kemar Roof available, but I'm going to do, okay, I can sort of do it with and without Kemar Roof. But for me, my strongest 11, make sure you comment, guys. I go Kiko Casilla in goal. I go Gaetano Berardi right back. And being honest, I think Gaetano Berardi has been in better form, much better form than Luke Hayden this season. I really like Berardi. Berardi is a right back at the end of the day. Pontus Jansson, Liam Cooper, you can't break that up. Barry Douglas left back for me. Two screening midfielders, if you like, Calvin Phillips, Matthias Click playing box to box, having that sort of less defensive responsibility and being able to just have free reign, you know, go forward whenever he seems fit in that lot. That's my opinion on that. Go on the right hand side, I go Pablo. Through the middle, I'd go Kemar Roof or Izzy Brown, whoever's available. On the left, I go Lewandowski or Jack Clark, depending on the type of game. You know, I think as Lewandowski's especially in the big games when he can track back in that loss. I think he gets into positions a bit better than Jack Clark, but Jack Clark's a bit more of a traditional winger. He can cut in on his right foot and get goals as well. So that's a bit of a debatable one. And Patrick Bamford through the middle, that would be my strongest 11. Just my personal opinion on that. You know, I think Barry Douglas at left back, okay, maybe not in current form. I think all in all, that's how I see it. Just seeing a quick comment off Dave there. LUFC Dave, Bielsa uses Berardi at centre back. That is very true. But I think Berardi can play anywhere in that back four. That's just my personal opinion. I think he'd play absolutely anywhere in the team. He would play anywhere in the team and give you a 7 out of 10 performance. That's I'm a real Gaetano Berardi fan. I'm absolutely buzzing that Gaetano Berardi's back available. Something else to cover as well was that Berardi, Dallas, Brown all came off after the first half in the under 23s game today. So is that a suggestion that they are going to be involved against Bolton? I think it is personally. I think probably they're all going to be on the bench for now. I think that is the case. I think they are probably going to be all on the bench. But that's just my personal opinion on that. You know, how do we recover from losing Kemar Roof? You know, he's got 14 goals for this season. Now, let's high scorers after that. Pablo Hernandez, Matthias Click on 7. That's a real worry for me. Of course, Patrick Bamford would have more goals, but have we got enough goals in this team now? You look at Norwich, their front four, I think off the top of my head, has got 37 goals. Timu Pukki on his own has got 23 goals. You look at West Brom, got Dwight Gale, Jay Rodriguez, Matt Phillips, Jacob Murphy, Hal Robson-Kanu, people who are going to get goals that very often, and that's a worry to me. You know, have we got the same quality going forward? You know, I think we have got quality going forward, but at to the same extent. A couple of comments there saying Alioski left back, Jack Clark ahead of him. That's a shout as well. Our man Conor has just commented as well. Roof out as a monumental blow. Talking Izzy and Paddy with Roberts as rotation for our goal scorers for the remainder of the season when we aren't scoring at present is a massive ask, real worry. And that's what we've been saying. You know, you look at that and you think, who is going to come in now, you know, and replace Roof's goals? Of course, Patrick Bamford, but Patrick Bamford was played in the first place. You know, that's the key point. You know, Patrick Bamford was already planned to play in that centre forwards role. It's behind him that we've got the concern. You know, we've got Pablo, his creativity. He's not really a massive goal scorer for me. He's more the creative player. He's an absolutely superb player. And for me, he is the best player in this league, certainly creativity-wise. But I think you look at the other two spots, you know, the left-hand side through the middle. Have we got that natural goal scorer? We need Izzy Brown to come in and be absolutely fully at it for me. It's a worry for me. You know, it's a worry. You know, I think that's possibly where we might fall down on, you know, towards the end of the season. I think we look solid enough. I think we've got control in midfield. I think we've got solid back five. Mostly a solid back five, you know, on full form. I think it certainly is solid. But that is a concern, isn't it? You know, we have to say that it is a concern. But yeah, make sure you keep the comments coming in, guys. You know, what you think about how we're going to replace Conor. If I was thinking about doing all these 3 investigates on it, I'm going to have to talk to you guys about that as well, because I've got a couple of suggestions. and I want your I want to know what you guys want me to put on all these investigates next week. But I'm going to go back to that at the end of this, because the main thing is we need to look at the weekend games as well. So we know the results didn't go for us at the weekend. Sheffield United were 1-up after a minute. I think Norwich were 1-up not long after that. So both won 4-0. I'll be honest, neither of those bothered me too much. I thought both were going to happen. I have to be honest, I thought Norwich were going to win at Bolton. I thought Sheffield United were going to beat Reading. I thought that was going to happen. I was a little bit disappointed Villa got beat so easily by West Brom. I was especially disappointed when I see Tammy Abraham, probably the most deadly striker in this league, in terms of how little chances he needs to score goals. He missed 2 glaring opportunities. He missed one at 0-0, which is absolutely gutting. A 1-on-1, it was a poor touch, and he missed one with his head as well, about 1-0 I think it was. That was absolutely gutting. But it's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, I think you have to look at that and think, of course, that's a big boost for West Brom winning it somewhere like Villa, but Villa are out of sorts at the minute. I don't think Villa are at the same standard they were when we played them, I have to say. I don't think they're at the same levels they were then. So we can't get too downhearted about that, but it is a bit of a disappointment, that all the results went against us. Obviously West Brom were playing QPR. Hopefully we'll get a favour done for us, but I think as the season progresses, it's still going to be the same case. It's going to be 85 to 90 points, but let us know what you think about that, guys. It's and how's it going to play out? Let us know your predictions as well. How you see it going. With I think it's 14, 15 games to go now. I personally see the top 4 as being that top 4, maybe not in that order. I think Norwich are going to win it. I think Norwich have got that all-round quality. I think you saw some of the goals they scored against Bolton. They've got that clinical edge to them. They've got options to replace them with. I think personally Norwich will win the league. I think the form they're on, that's just my opinion on that. Let us know, guys. Can we still win the league? Of course we can. I think any of that top 4 is looking at that and thinking we can still win the league and get top 2. That's absolutely 100% what they're thinking. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that, guys. So have a look at other comments. Andrew Saxon makes a really good point. Other teams are reliant on the sole players like Norwich with Pookie. If he gets injured, Norwich are screwed. Our whole team, we can score. We are solid. I'm just a bit concerned that we are a little bit more reliant on Roof than we give credit for. I think Roof, of course, he stopped scoring the last couple of weeks, and we have still scored goals. But is it something that we can sustain? Of course, Cooper and Pontus, I think, have scored pretty much almost 15% of our goals this season. I think I saw it seen. That's ridiculous for these 2 centre backs. They have both been real goal scoring weapons for us. So far. But I think Roof getting twice as many goals as any other player in the team. I do think we are a little bit more reliant on him than we do give credit for. But I think we're less reliant on him than Norwich are on the Pookie. I would absolutely 100% agree on that. Or I think the most out of the top 4, you look at Sheffield United. I think they were incredibly reliant on Billy Sharp. Of course, I know they won 4-0 without Billy Sharp, but throughout the season they have needed Billy Sharp at big times for them to get him out of situations, or to get him good wins and that lot. I think he has been absolutely massive for him. But as Conor says as well, the rotational quality. Can we rotate? Can we rotate things? I think that massively limits us. I think in terms of the number 10 and the striker roles, I think we're limited now. I think we can only really play 3 players in those roles. You've got Tyler Roberts, who can potentially play up front, and Patrick Bamford, who can play up front, and you've got probably Izzy Brown, Tyler Roberts, Patrick Bamford, who can play in the 10 role. It's limited now. We are limited in that situation. Of course, out wide, maybe got a little bit more options. Probably got 4 players who can play in the wide positions, but only really 2 of them are playing well. So that is a concern. In a 4-2-3-1, which I think we have seen sort of shift more towards, or a 4-1-4-1, you need that 3 or 4 behind the striker to contribute. I'm confident Patrick Bamford's going to get us the goals, but I'm not confident it's going to do us the same job as Billy Sharp or Timo Pukki, who's scoring pretty much every week. I don't think we're going to get that off him. We're going to get a superb link-up play. We're going to get a better player, actual pure quality, a better player than Billy Sharp. In terms of all-round play, not more effective as such, but a better player. But you need the 3 players behind him to contribute. That's my opinion for it. I just think we do need that. You look at our 10-11 season when we were playing in 4-2-3-1. We had people like Robert Snodgrass, Max Gradle, Johnny Howson, Luciano Becchio. We had balance then. Now it's a lot more we've either got creators or goal scorers. We've not got a bit of both. We don't quite have that same balance. You look at the front four. Go for that front four that I was going to suggest before. You've got Pablo on one side, who's more of a creator than a goal scorer. He will chip in with goals. He's probably a bit of both, if you like. Izzy Brown, I don't know. He doesn't seem to excel on either front, if I'm being honest. We haven't seen enough of Izzy Brown to comment. I do think he's a really good player, but I'm not sure he's going to get the same amount of goals as Kemaru. I'm just being honest. I just don't think he is. I think the most he's ever scored at this level is 7 in the season. Okay, that is going to help us, but it's going to give us enough. Left hand side, there's LUFC, Jack Harrison. Not really massive goal scorers, are they? They will chip in the odd goal, but they're not really going to get us enough goals. Patrick Bamford, 17 is the most he scored at this level. When you're purely watching it, Hernandez, Brown, Bamford, that is really exciting. But is it in the end of the goals? That's the main thing. I'm going to stop saying goals anyway. That's my opinion on that, guys. Any other live comments? Let's have a look. Oscar Peel, if we were more clinical, we'd be winning the Champions League, never mind the Championship. I have to agree. You look at something else as well, the Swansea game. We absolutely dominated that game from pretty much the first minute until they got that penalty, which is about the 85th minute, I think. 85 minutes of pure domination, and all we had to show for it was a two-goal lead. Of course, a two-goal lead sounds comfortable, but that can soon change at this level. The team only needs to score a late goal, then it's just pressure on. After that. Sheffield United and Norwich were both absolutely cruising in their games. They took their chances. That's the thing. They took their chances. The team who had 2, he scored both. At the end of the day, we haven't quite got that cutting edge. Patrick Bamford's missed a couple of big chances. Cameroon actually missed a couple of big chances as well. We need to be more clinical, and that's a concern for me. The creativity's there. The creativity is definitely there. You look at Calvin Phillips, Mattis Click. That's a really, really good midfield too. That's probably the best midfield pivot in the league. Absolutely no doubt about it for me. And we know Click's going to strip him with goals. Pablo's going to strip him with goals. But is there someone who's going to get on that sort of Patrick Bamford level as well as Patrick Bamford? Have we got that about ourselves? And then you look at Pablo as well. Plenty of creativity. Have we got goal scorers? It's a worry, I'm going to stop going on about that. I've said goal scorers about 40 different times there, but that's my main worry about this team at the minute. I think the creativity's there. I think solidity in general's there as well. If we can get the best out of our 2 fullbacks, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, there's quality in this team. Can we finish the job now? Can we get that clinical edge, that cutting edge? Because we're not going to dominate games as much as we did against Swansea. It's simple as that. Okay, maybe we might, the odd game, 3 or 4 out of the last 15, we might dominate that much. But we're certainly not going to do that every week. That's just reality. It's just not going to happen, is it? A couple of nice quotes about Matthew's Click. I'm loving that. GX4 Toby, Click is a beast. Don't diss Matthew's Click. I would never ever diss Matthew's Click. Matthew's Click is my man, as you say. He is just an absolute, what a player he is. What a performance that was second half in the Swansea game as well. For me, I thought he got absolutely not enough praise for me after that performance against Swansea, especially second half. I think as soon as Matthew's Click came off, we lost a little bit of control. And then we conceded the penalty. That's just my opinion on that. I think he's absolutely massive for this team. Quick comment there as well about actually Tammy Abraham, something I have mentioned before. When I watched this off Callum Wall, when I've watched Leeds versus Aston Villa, I think Tammy Abraham played really well, and he should have been here. He should have been the one to sign, and we should have also got Daniel James. I think in the middle of the season it was going to be difficult getting Tammy Abraham, but if we got promoted, he'd be one of the first signings I'd make. I think he's a top player. He's got the Harry Kane kind of style about him. He's getting goals at a young age. He's still, I think, 19, 20. He's scored almost 50 championship goals, I think. That is pretty ridiculous, really. But he's played less than 2 full seasons here. He's a top player. And he's someone I think we should be looking at if we got promoted, as is Daniel James. What a goal he got yesterday, Swansea against Brentford. Top goal. But yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think, Tammy Abraham, you do get a goal scorer. Someone's going to score every single week. Any other comments there, guys? One off Matthew Smith. We're good enough to grind out results. Defensively strong when Bamford is 100%. He can score, and Roberts off the bench with his pace and directness will cause defenders problems. It's all good, lads. I agree. When we're at our absolute full tilt, we're a match for anyone. But can we reach that level of performance often enough? I think Alioski, Jack Harrison, in particular, I don't think we've seen hit that top performance often enough. Especially Jack Harrison for me. Alioski's been playing most of the season out of position. Harrison, I think, is a bit less of an excuse for me. I think I did want to see a lot more from Jack Harrison. But yeah, I think that's the only sort of downside I have now. Do we have that cutting edge, decisiveness to get the goals when we're a little bit up against it? Just taking that one chance we have in the game. I'm not sure. I think Sheffield United, Norwich definitely have it. West Brom definitely have it. We need it as well. I think when you look at in terms of the midfield, the whole balance ahead of the attackers, I think we're better than the other three teams. I think we have got that better balance. But can we get the goals we need to get? At the end of the day, I think all three teams have scored more goals than us so far, and that's a big thing. Goals win games at the end of the day, and that's a big part of Bielsa's style of football is built on goals. If you don't take your chances, you don't get the absolute best off from Bielsa ball. There's been a couple of games this season where we haven't taken the chances, and it's made the games a lot more difficult. We've still won the games, but it's made it more difficult. I don't think we have really grinded out a result this season. That's just my opinion. I don't think we've had to grind out. We've not been in that situation much, but when we have faced a little bit of adversity and not played very well, had to take that one chance in the game, I just don't think we've quite done it. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Just in a quick one off Tiger Steel. The surprise of the season is Forest. Their depth is amazing, don't seem to click. If we had depth like them, we'd be cruising the league. You say that about a lot of other clubs, I think especially Villa, Stoke as well as Forest, all got top players in that team, and depth as well. Options when you have a Tuesday, Saturday kind of week and that, you need people who can rotate positions, move things around a little bit. So I definitely agree with that as well. Callum Wall, we need to practice on taking chances straight away, and we would dominate every game. I think that's a lot of what the start of the season was built on, was us taking the early chance of the game. Mateus Click, getting that first goal in the Derby game, the Stoke game, the Norwich game. Well, as soon as we get the first goal, I think every single game we've scored the first goal, and in 14 we've won all 14 games, and we've gone on to win games quite comfortably after that. As soon as we get that first goal, the team we're playing against automatically has to push up, automatically has to attack us a bit more, and be able to take risks. When they do that, it leaves spaces for people like Alioski, Harrison to attack. Alioski, Harrison are better attacking spaces for me than taking on full-backs. I think that's more their strength. Movement off the ball to create chances. Cameron Roof as well, of course. And when we get that first goal, I think we're comfortable in games. It's about having that clinical edge to get that first goal. That's a big thing for me. And it's a big thing what Bielsa ball's built around. Our best performances this season have come when we've scored the first goal early doors. It's just moved the other teams around and allowed them to attack as well. Wolves have got Man United in the Cup as well, by the way, guys. Millwall have got Brighton. This is off LUFC Day, by the way. See one comes through. This is the FA Cup draw, brought live to you on All Leeds TV. Another game as well tomorrow, which I'm keeping a good eye on, is Liverpool Bayern Munich. I so want Liverpool to win that game. Just never ever forget about 1975, guys. Liverpool need to win that game for me. Just put Bayern out of the Champions League, please, Liverpool. But never mind. That's please, Liverpool, just do that for us. Callum Wall again, but we shouldn't have got fined 200,000 for Spinegate. It's typical EFL. They pick up on. Can't wait till we're in the Premier League. Yeah, I can't believe it's that high. We've been fined, but at the end of the day, we didn't get the points deduction, and that has to be the main thing. I think that's the key thing, isn't it? Demar faces Bielsa ball's fucking magical. It is magical. That's why the key thing for me, no matter what happens this season, is keeping Marcelo Bielsa. If we keep Marcelo Bielsa, allow us to just build the squad, get players more used to the style of play. Get the younger players, Jack Clark, Tyler Roberts, Jamie Shackleton, more and more game time. Get them, more and more used to the style, more and more used to actually, playing professional football as such. I just think we're going to keep carrying on building. That's just my opinion on things. That is so important. And then, of course, as Andrew Saxon says, we've averaged 64% possession for the season so far. We have dominated games. It's not just. I think you have to say it's not aimless possession either. It's not just passing from Cooper to Pontus, Pontus to Ayling, Cooper to Douglas, etc. It's not. We're quite effective with it as well. We want to get the ball to Calvin Phillips. We want to kind of be aggressive. Matthias completed 91% of his passes against Swansea, and he was really risky with the ball. The vast majority of the passes were going forward. We are really productive with possession. I think it's a unique brand of football we've seen at the minute at Leeds. I don't think we'll ever see, certainly not for a long time, we won't see anything like this again for me. Not just the results, I think the whole way we're building again, the academy's been drilled into playing Bielsa's style of play, even the same formation as Bielsa's style of play. We're playing 4-1-4-1 in the academies as well. I think that's what this club needed, someone who's going to rebuild things, and I think there's no coincidence that the results have come as well. But yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. And just to go on to as well, got a slight break in the comments, so I'm just going to throw this in at a good time. ALTV investigates. I'm having a bit of debate what to do this week. There's a couple of things I wanted to look at. I think the first one I wanted to look at was a sort of a review of the promotion contenders, like a detailed tactical analysis, stats, etc. And a detailed look at this, the key 4 promotion contenders. Ourselves, Sheffield United, Norwich, West Brom, possibly even looking at Middlesbrough, Bristol City. The other option as well was looking at how we can replace Kemal Roof, different formations and that lot, how we can go about replacing Kemal Roof. That's another one I was going to think of doing. Please comment, guys, what you want to do. At the end of the day, I'll give you a video that you guys want to watch. So I think my third one was looking at Barry Douglas, why Barry Douglas is so important to this team. So, guys, if you can comment which one you want me to look at, guys, that's, I think the one. The 2 main ones I was looking at was Kemal Roof, how do we replace Kemal Roof, and what's the third one? The second one was the promotion contenders, a detailed tactical analysis of the promotion contenders, the lineups to go with, the games that got left, etc. So the first one, that is, so Kemal Roof has got 1 vote there. So that's Dimar Facey. Thanks, Dimar. First one, so Kemal Roof. I'm more than happy to go through that one, guys. Tiger Steel's gone for promotion contenders. We've got a bit of a battle here now. So we've got it 1-1 for promotion contenders. I will have a look at that. Oh, it's 2, actually, sorry, it's 2-0 promotion contenders. Damar Facey has gone for promotion contenders as well. Okay, that's no problem at all. At the end of the day, guys, I'm looking to do all these videos at some point. It's just when it fits in best and that lot. I'll keep an eye on that, guys. When I get to the end of this video, I'll just quickly tally it up and see what you guys go for. But please do let me know what you want. Yeah, it will be greatly appreciated, because at the end of the day, I want to produce content which you guys want to watch, especially with this ALTV investigates. Still want to see the roof video. See, I think the roof video probably would fit in maybe slightly better, around now. Obviously before we played the Bolton game, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I will definitely do the roof video at some point, probably next week or whatever. I will definitely get that in at some point. I'll just see whatever fits best, guys. At the end of the day, I probably will do all 3 videos at one point, but it's what you guys want at the end of the day. But if you want me to look at something different, please feel free. There's another option as well. If you want me to look at something more specific, like maybe, I don't know, a particular player as such, then just comment, guys. And on Twitter as well. If you've got any requests for all these 2 investigates or any other videos, please let us know. That'd be superb, guys. But yeah, anyway, so any other comments? Matthew Smith, I'd like to see us play 3-3-1-3. It's a real Bielsa formation. It's something that we've done well with when using it this season. The Ipswich game was fantastic. Yeah, I think there's been a couple of times we've done that. I think Sheffield United as well, we played 3-3-1-3. Bristol City, I think we played 3-3-1-3 as well. We've won every game we played 3-3-1-3, to be fair. I had a quick request saying live stream from the top of Blackpool Tower. I'm not even sure why. But I'm actually not even that far from the Blackpool Tower as well, only about 40-45 minutes from Blackpool. I've actually, we're having it 1-1 here. Tiger Steel wants me to do the roof video tomorrow. we will have a look. We will have a look at what we come up with at the end of this. I will tally it all up, guys. A couple of questions to talk about Bielsa too, more specific. I'm getting asked if I'm still smoking. I never smoked in the first place. It's a rumour that my man Claudio started. Cloud's causing problems for me. But no, I don't smoke. I didn't take a break from the stream, so I was shit or anything like I've been accused of. I came back, guys. I came back. That's the main thing at the end of the day. But yeah, I think in terms of the 3-3-1-3, I think that is the system Bielsa loves. I think that is what Tiger Steel or Joe do a skydive. If all these TV hit 10k, skydives are expensive, you know. I've seen something I've looked at doing charity quite a lot, but that is an expensive charity choice. That for raising money or just for a laugh. We will see. We will see Tiger Steel. We will see about that. I love the way he just gone for Joe. Like just ignored me and Conor. Just be the comedy value. It'd be better if Joe does it. That's what I'm going to take it as anyway. Claudio Oscar's going to streets if all this TV hits 10k. I probably would have done it. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not surprised I didn't hit 5k to be honest. But guys, just to say, I'm not sure what we're on at the minute. I think it's 5,500-ish at the minute, and I can't thank you enough, guys. Your support has been absolutely unreal. Even tonight is a prime example. I messed up the stream a little bit, but you guys have all come back to watch this to watch the stream anyway. But yeah, in terms of 3-3-1-3, I think it is what Bielsa wants us to play. He has gone 4-1-4-1, he's gone 4-2-3-1. He's tried all sorts of different formations. That is Bielsa's way. He doesn't really have one set formation, but I think his preferred one is 3-3-1-3. It is the most fluid one. But I don't think he's quite got the players to play in that front three. You know, the pace he needs for a front three. You know, Pablo's plays on the right, but I don't think he's more. I think he's better on the ball than he's running onto the ball like he was in the front three. So it's getting that right balance for me. I think maybe in another another window you might make that decision. Callum Wall has requested a jump off a cliff. Okie dokie. I don't even know if that was a joke or not. I hope it was a joke anyway. Bungee jump has been requested as well. Interesting comments as well. Being asked to swim with sharks as well. That would be absolute. It would be a funny video. I've got to admit. Even if I ended up dying after that, you know, us three just swimming with sharks. Get Claudio involved as well. Just the comedy value is written on its own would probably be worth dying for. I'm not being serious, by the way, guys. But yeah, I've seen a bit about Malik Wilkes as well. GTH has asked me about it. Malik Wilkes, as far as I'm aware, he spent a lot of the season. Well, he spent the season on loan at Doncaster, getting himself goals, playing on the right of a front three. He's proven he's got that quality about him. Yeah, I think I've not seen much of Malik Wilkes. I've seen him occasionally play a couple of games for the 23s for the academy. I mean, he came on. I think he's only played one game for Leeds, coming on for Sutton. You're playing days after the death of his brother. That tells me the guy's got absolutely immense character. And I think that's something Marcelo Bielsa likes, the character of players. And I think he has got that character. I have to really massively applaud Malik Wilkes for that. I think that gets forgotten about a lot. But yeah, I think as Matthew Smith says, Wilkes will be massive next season, great young talent. I think he will be. You know, I think if we do get promoted, he probably wouldn't be, you know, in the team. He probably wouldn't be, if we're being honest. But 10 goals already, as GCH says. But I think he could get a loan to a championship team next. I think it's all about building and building and building. He has goals, as Tamar Facey says as well. 2 goal emojis there too. But yeah, he's a really exciting prospect. You know, a couple of the I think one that's not quite gone so well is Pordy O'Connor. Pordy O'Connor's gone on loan to Bradford now. He was on loan at Blackpool. He's finding game time a little bit hard to come by. I'm a bit surprised by that, to be honest, as well, because Pordy O'Connor, when he went in towards the end of last season, he did really well for me. I think I really liked the look of Pordy O'Connor as well, really aggressive. I got it wrong on Conor Shaughnessy, I've got to be honest, I got it massively wrong on that. I think maybe he's still got a good chance, but last couple of games he's played, it hasn't really worked out for him, and it's looking like maybe Marcelo Bielsa isn't maybe the biggest fan of Conor Shaughnessy ever since that's Preston game. He came in on that on loan and that lot. But yeah, Paul O'Connell was one that really did surprise me that he didn't get much game time. Tom Pearce as well, as Faces says, is kicking it up at Scunthorpe. Tom Pearce was really surprising. That was a massive surprise. There's rumours in May that he could be going to Everton. That was a thing that we weren't even going to be able to get him back. And Tommy Firth saying about to get things he would do to get Vieira back. I was a massive Ronaldo Vieira fan. I have to say that, but look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. He probably wouldn't have played that much this season as it happens, but I think he's a massive talent. I think he's doing really well in Sampdoria, even if it hasn't happened so much for him this season. I know there's been a lot made of he's not played that much game time for Sampdoria, but he's gone into a top team there. He's gone into a top team. There's no shame not being able to get in the team straight away. And I really do like Ronaldo Vieira. Met him a couple of times. Absolutely superb guy. So down to earth, top player. I can't wish him anything but the best. I really do want to see Ronaldo Vieira do well. Comment there after my face saying people saying that Tom Pearce is the best left back in League One. That does not surprise me. I thought he's a top left back in the Championship as well, from what we've seen of him. Andrew Saxton says Vieira was part of the plan. He didn't want him to go, and that was clear. Vieira plays quite a lot of pre-season. I think Bielsa was a bit disappointed that he went. I have to say, I think he did seem a bit disappointed. But yeah, that's one of those as well. Craig Stone says, bring back O'Kane. I think that's a tongue-in-cheek comment, but yeah, I think, O'Kane, at the end of the day, last season, it was a horrendous time. He had a horrendous time, but I always liked O'Kane. He was a proper pro. He did the occasional daft thing, and he got that ridiculous send-off at Ipswich. He didn't have a good season last season. He had an absolute nightmare last season, to be honest. But let's not forget that first season of the Monk. I thought he did pretty well. Considering what we bought him for, he tried his best. I can't be too critical of O'Kane. Look, he wasn't good enough at the end of the day, but he was at times for us. He played well for us. I have to say, I do feel that. All Things Leeds has joined me as well. Yuzuki Ideguchi as well. That's a really interesting one. What happened there? I think he went on loan. I'm trying to think where he went on loan to. I think is it Freiburg he went on loan to? I'm gonna have to Google this now. I think it's Freiburg he went on loan to. I've probably got this completely and utterly wrong now. Sorry, Greuther Fürth it was actually went to. But yeah, second division, the Bundesliga, and it didn't happen there really. I think he got the injury. Quietly does. He did get himself a goal, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, sorry, Greuther Fürth, it was he went to. For some reason I have Freiburg in my head. I think, was it Bible that went to Freiburg? That might have been it. But yeah, again, that's an interesting one. I think he played a bit of pre-season. I have to be honest, he looked out of his depth in pre-season. I have to be honest, he just didn't look at it. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Michael Zanetti's made a very good comment here about Hugo Diaz, about potentially playing next to Callum Phillips in the 4-2-3-1. Seen a couple of comments on Diaz on Twitter about he had a really top game today in the sort of the holding midfield role, and he's going to be a natural option in that position. But yeah, I think he's played a couple of games at centre back and hasn't looked good. He hasn't looked good, to be honest, at centre back. But I think maybe he is going to suit a holding midfield role better. I think when you get at that age, you can occasionally move back or move forward. You're not necessarily limited to that one position. I think he does look better in the holding midfield role. That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, all things Leeds. Ed has made comments saying, I can't find it now. It should be there somewhere. What's in regards to Yuzuki Taguchi? So he was on the brink of the World Cup squad for Japan. He goes to Leeds and has to go on loan and never got going again. It was a gutting that. Of course, Clark Adur as well has signed a contract too. A winger, left winger, Clark Adur has signed a professional contract, which is great to see. But yeah, it's great to see. This is all building up now. Under Marcelo Bielsa, that is the effect. The academy is seriously starting to build again, and you have to be happy with that. Robbie Gotts as well, right back. We have got the options here, guys. That has to be promising that we have got options in different kind of positions too. But Michael Roebuck has made a comment saying, "Evening, Oscar. I'm going out on a limb here, but Shackleton would be a great number 10 behind Bamford. What's your thoughts?" Very interesting one, that. Very interesting one. I think whenever Jamie Shackleton's come on, whether it's right back, centre midfield, he's always trying to do the same thing: pass the ball forward, run with the ball, try and take people out of the game. Opposing midfielders out of the game. And he's got the Lewis Cooks about him. I'm not going to be reluctant to say that he has got Lewis Cooks about him. Of course, it's too far to say he's as good as Lewis Cook just yet, but he looks like a top player. I think he's unlucky to an extent that it would be so good. He hasn't been able to stand out as much. That he's not been able to stand out like Lewis Cook did, because Lewis Cook was playing in a pretty shit team, if we're being honest. Jamie Shackleton's maybe being slightly disadvantaged in the fact that individually he's playing in a good team. He's not getting as many opportunities. He's not standing out as much, but he's still doing really well. That's what really impresses me about it. Michael Zanetti, Oscar, do you feel if we fail to go up, Bielsa will see this as a fail and leave in the summer? This scares me to death. I have to be honest, it does absolutely terrify me, to be honest, Mick. It does absolutely terrify me, the prospect of losing Bielsa. And I still can't relax, to be honest. I can't relax in that situation. It's going to be clubs looking at Marcelo Bielsa, whether it's unlikely he leaves or not. There will be clubs looking at Marcelo Bielsa. Just got hope. That's all I'm saying. I think it depends on how the season plays out, to be honest. If we only just miss out, I think Marcelo Bielsa will be that determined to finish the job off that he would stay. I think. But if we completely and utterly fall well short, he probably will blame himself, and that will concern me a little bit. But at the end of the day, I just want Marcelo Bielsa here for forever, to be honest. That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, Clark Adair, as all things Leeds says, is underrated, has been unsung, and he's been impressive. When he has played for under 23s, I've not seen tons of the under 23s this season, but he did come on for a cup game against QPR. So clearly Bielsa sees that value to him as well. Seeing a comment now of Callum Wall, Everton can fuck right off to think that we're letting Bielsa go. Now Everton have been linked with Bielsa before, but they'd be one of the clubs to look at and think, ooh, could they maybe look at it? But let's just hope that's not the situation. I don't want to talk too much about that. We'll have to wait and see. There's nothing we can do about that. I think if it all depends on what the situation is. GCH can't even see even a playoff finish being considered a failure after the recent season finish places. He should stay another year as long as we finish in the top 6, I reckon. I think from Marcelo Bielsa's point of view, I think anything less than the top 2 would probably be a failure to him. I think that's the character he is, really. But we'll have to wait and see. It's not something I want to think about too much, to be honest, guys. All Things Leeds, Ed says 2 years maximum. I'd say Bielsa will be here for. Make sure you check out All Things Leeds, Ed, as well. Ed is absolutely superb. He did a podcast. He did a really good one with Tony DeRigo as well at the weekend. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out Ed, absolutely top guy. All Things Leeds, as you can see in the comments there. Absolutely superb. I always love to promote other Leeds content and that lot. We love producing for you at the end of the day, guys. We have a great relationship with Talking Short, with All Things Leeds. Absolutely top guys. It's not bad, is it, getting to interview the best left back in the history of the club, let's be honest, Tony DeRigo. Well, for me, the best left back in our history. Last comment I'm just going to go through. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We're hitting about 10 o'clock. We're hitting, getting towards bedtime, if you like. Do you think a formation like Wolves will help us? Tom Marshall, LUFC. It's an interesting one. Wolves 3-4-3. I think we can play that back three when Berardi comes back into the team. You've got Berardi, Janssen, Cooper. That's a top back three, isn't it? Then you've got potentially further up. You've got people like Shackleton, Aylan, right wing back. Left wing back, you've got Douglas, Alioski. Centre mids, Click, Phillips, Forshaw, Shackleton, Roberts, etc., etc. And then you've got front three options of Alioski, Harrison, Pablo, Bamford. We can play that, for me. We can play that kind of system. Last one we're going to read, Dilip Kedner, regular commentary on the videos. Oscar, are you worried by any chance? And do you think it will go to the last game? as long as we keep Bielsa, I'm not too worried. You know, I have to be honest, I'm just enjoying the situation we're in. It's better than mid-table mediocrity at the end of the day. But yes, I think it will go to the last day of the season, no matter who's involved at the end of the season. I just think it's going to be that tight between Norwich, ourselves, Sheffield United, West Brom. I just think it's going to be so tight. Ridiculously tight as well. But yeah, I think last day of the season, even if we're well out of it, between Sheffield United and West Brom or Norwich, I just feel it's going to go. It could even go for both spots the last day of the season. The champions don't get confirmed until the last day of the season. It does happen. That's how I see it anyway. But that's my opinion anyway. But Dr. Frosty, if we don't finish top 2, who do you want to be in the top 2 in regards to the best 2 teams not being in the playoffs? I'd go. That's a tough one, because we've not seen the very best of West Brom, I don't think, this season. I don't think we have, I'll be honest. I don't think we have seen the best of West Brom often enough. But I think West Brom, at the absolute best, can beat anyone at this level. So I'd like to see West Brom sort of out of the way in the top 2. And I'd probably go Norwich as well. Yeah, I think Sheffield United are a top team, but we have beaten Sheffield United before this season. We played well there, but I don't want to play any of the 3, if I'm being honest, in the playoffs this season. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up there anyway. Yeah, Michael Zanetti agrees as well. I'd go West Brom and Norwich, to be honest. I'm just looking at pure quality in that lot. I'd go in terms of rotation as well and who suits the playoffs. I'd go with those 2. Yeah, they've got experience to get promoted a lot in the last couple of 10, 15 years. I think they probably both got promoted about 4 times each, I think, in the last couple of years. Maybe Norwich certainly have, I think. So I'd probably rather avoid them. That's my personal opinion on that. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's not quite the same. Well, it isn't the same as having Mr. Joe Wainman, but hopefully Wainman will be back. I'm going to get all these 2 investigations done too. Make sure to let us know. Vote in the comments. Probably down below if you're watching this not live. I want to know what video you guys want to do. I'm thinking the Camo Roof one this week. But guys, if you want me to do something different, go look for the promotion contenders. I can do that as well. At the end of the day, I'm probably going to do them all. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I'm going to stop rambling. I've been Oscar Marriott. Thanks for watching.